Hello, everyone. This is LaWan Parker, and I am the host and CEO of Courage to Live Your Dream. Today, I'm really thrilled because we have a speaker here who's going to be on the California Speakers Showcase, and I get to be one of the speakers with her. I'm so excited. Oh, it's going to be a great event. I'm looking forward to it. But before we go any further, I need to let you know that this is all part of Raven International Media Network. And you can find us on Amazon Fire, Roku, iHeart Radio, and some of the other podcast shows. So we're all over the place. You can't miss us. Just go and find Ravens International Television Network. And if you go to the podcast, look for Courage to Live Your Dream to hear this out again because you might miss something. There's nothing like repeat. You always pick up something that you thought you might have heard and then find out, oh no, it wasn't that way at all. This is better. So, without further ado, I want to introduce our speaker for today. This lady, I met her a couple of weeks ago, and I'm so excited because I learned some things about her. And she has, this lady has made $1 million. So you better listen to her, okay? She's got knowledge. She can help you, all right? So remember, we're going to be at the California Speakers Showcase tomorrow in Fairfield, California at Courtyards by Marriott, making your business easier so you can get more follow-up information. But please listen carefully. Get your pens and pencils if you haven't gotten them already so she can share some things and you can take note. And as I always say, put your hands together and let's give a rousingly enthusiastic, warm welcome for Miss Pamela Brewer. Pamela, you got it, girl. Take it away.
Luana, thank you so much for your lovely introduction. It's Pam Sherman, by the way, Pam Sherman.
Oh my gosh. I'm embarrassed.
Luana, you're human, I'm human. We all make mistakes. And I am CEO of The Perfect Balance. And this is something I started 13 years ago when my youngest went to first grade and I had 6 hours all to myself. And I thought, what am I going to do? Well, my company was just personal training back then, just talking about food and fitness with my clients. But now that I'm much older and wiser, it has grown into so much more than that. Self-care, rest, being kind to yourself, loving yourself. Yes, movement, not so much fitness, but movement. And yes, I still talk about food, but it's much more well-rounded. I will tell you my mission statement, which gets people to open their eyes a little bit, is I empower women to lose the emotional and physical weight that keeps them blind to their own beauty. I want every woman to look and feel great naked. And people go, what? Well, I've worked with women for 20 years in the health and wellness realm, and most women hate themselves. They don't like the way they look naked. They don't like the way they look in clothes. They don't like the way they feel. So I'm on a mission to help women take better care of themselves and their health. And yes, my talk tomorrow is called Your Health is Your Wealth. And I want to show, I mostly work with women. There's going to be a couple guys there, I know, speakers, but I want to show women that self-care is not hard to do, but when they do it, they will feel like $1,000,000.
Wow. Boy, are you talking to? You're talking to me because I look in the mirror and I'm not too thrilled about what I see. I am working on it though. Someone has offered me a 21-day challenge and I am going to take them up on it.
I love those short challenges. They're a great jump start to go, oh, I can do this. I can take better care of myself. And I tell you, I was just talking with my running partner this morning on, I work with adult women and I love helping them figure out easy solutions to overcome obstacles in their everyday life. Mm-hmm. For example, we're surrounded by crap everywhere we go, especially if you work in an office. And when I tell them, it's okay to say no, no thank you, I'm not hungry, or bring a protein bar, their mind is blown. Like, I just gave them permission to, stay on the right track. Or I said, if all else fails, treat me like your mom. Same, my coach wouldn't be very happy if I did that. That's fine too. But it's not an easy path to take care of yourself and your health. However, here's what I tell everybody, Luana, and it sounds so crazy. Small steps lead to big success.
Mhm.
However, in our instant world, Instagram, Insta, everything, we want results tomorrow. But stuff with our health never happens in 1 day or 2 days. However, you put the work in, you'll feel amazing. 21 days, you could feel amazing in 21 days.
I'm counting on it.
I hope some of that challenge is drinking more water, eating more vegetables, and resting more.
Actually, for myself, I have started eating more vegetables and fruits. And water was always a problem for me, but I have increased the amount that I've been taking in. So that's a plus for me. But why don't we think about things like this when we're younger? Why do we have to wait till our body gets out of shape? Then we suddenly realize, wow, I haven't really been taking care of myself. What do I need to do?
Because as women, we focus on taking care of everybody else except for ourselves. Whether we have human babies or fur babies, husbands or partners, houses, apartments, work inside, outside the home, you got to grocery shop, you got to buy toilet paper. There's, as women, our to-do list is very long. And I love my husband. I love my husband. He works so hard for our family, but he works and he's at home. He doesn't think if we're about to run out of toilet paper, right? Or women, women have a lot on their plates every day, and it's easy to put our own health not even on our list. And I try to talk about this every time I'm speaking, is that we all make time for the things we want to do. And sometimes we don't even think about taking care of our health.
Mhm.
And it's way easier to stop into a coffee shop and get what I call, I'm putting my fingers up, cake in a cup. It's delicious,
So true.
right? But really at the end of the day, that's not going to serve us in our long-term health. So if I can get women to even think about putting themselves on the calendar, that's the first step. And when we're younger, we don't need to, because we're always running around, we're busy. I find most maybe younger women now, because there's so much, I'll just say crap available at every place. When you and I were younger, because I'm 52, there wasn't a coffee shop on every corner. Gas stations didn't sell food or food-like substances, I should say. Right?
McDonald's or Burger King's everywhere you turn around.
I remember when the first McDonald's in 1976 opened in my town. It was a big deal.
Mhm.
But we would go as a family once a month, where people use it all the time now. And in fact, I'll tell you one story. I don't know how much time we have left. One of my clients was telling me, Pam, I'm a realtor. You don't understand. I'm in my car all the time. I can only stop at fast food. And Luana, I got to tell you, I've heard every excuse in the book, and I am so good at busting women's excuses. And I said to her, well, what if clearly you're out and about. What if you stopped at your local grocery store, say Rayleigh's, and you went in and you got a piece of cooked protein and a green salad? Everybody has a kale salad or a superfood salad these days. And she went, huh, that's a really good idea. I know fast food should never be an option. It really shouldn't. And it doesn't keep you full. And usually your tummy doesn't feel well, and it doesn't give you good energy. So I try to steer people away from that. Like, there's going to be a grocery store for everybody. Now, it might take 2 minutes longer, but in the long term of your life, totally worth it.
And it's I've noticed that since I started eating salads more, that they actually do fill me up, and I enjoy them, and I actually look for them now. I do like my meat, but because I had to take care of a denture problem, I can't eat meat the way I used to, and I'm finding that I have learned to like lamb, which is has been pretty good. It's a little more tender, and I can chew it easier than I can the steak. Oh, I do miss my steaks, but gotta adjust.
What about cooking up some ground beef and making like a taco salad?
I have done that. Uh, I do that with my spaghetti. Love spaghetti. That's a downfall for mine. I love spaghetti. I don't think I'll ever give that up. But yeah, since I started eating the salads, I find that I'm filling up easier, and part of it is probably because my stomach is shrinking a little, so it's not requiring me to put as much in it as I had been before. But I highly recommend people to start thinking about uh, changing your eating habits. And I'm gonna throw a plug in here for Rhonda Leavitt because her and Jackie Walters, to name a few, another girl named Maria Schieffer, uh, they're very into the health thing. And anytime you go around them, you're gonna get eat healthy. And so they have helped me to readjust my eating habits.
Well, Luan, I have to tell you, women, myself, all of us, we're expert carb eaters.
Mhm.
Expert. But honestly, what you just said, the key for staying full is fiber and protein, which is your veggies in your salad and your meat. That will keep you full much longer than a straight bowl of pasta, like say without meat sauce, just a pasta and red sauce. So your fiber is the key. And most people don't get enough fiber. So if you can even add one salad a day, that is amazing.
Yeah. All right. Well, now I know. So, what what do you think? What's the key for most women today that they should try to do in order to change their eating habits? Because it's not easy. I
It's
was forced to in the beginning, but I've gotten where I love this change, so I'm okay with it. But how do you get people to recognize that you know what you've got to change the way you're eating if you want to have good health?
I think you have to realize that convenience is never going to be the answer for long-term health. And our bodies are mostly meant to eat food grown from the ground, not from a package. And unfortunately, it's way easier to eat the convenience food, but we should be having mostly single ingredient foods in our bodies. And to plan. I mean, if you're out for a whole day, Luana, you're busy, I'm busy. If you go out for a whole day, don't think I'm going to wait till I'm hungry to eat, because that's never going to be a good choice. And it's okay to plan for successful eating
Mhm.
and not leaving it to the last minute. But knowing what I tell my clients when I have an online coaching program um, is to keep a food journal and write what time of day they eat and how they felt afterwards. Because I don't think the clock needs to dictate when you eat. We all have different body clocks, and figuring that out no matter how old you are. I just had a woman in her mid 50s just say, "Oh my God, okay, I'm doing that. I realized I'm actually not hungry till noon. I was eating breakfast because I was told it's the most important meal of the day." And I told her, you know what? Kellogg's made that up in the 60s when they made cereals. And everybody knows that statement, but that's not true. And so for her, she said, I feel better waiting till lunch, and I get a great big lunch and a great big dinner and I'm full. I said, awesome. So So paying attention to your own body clock, as well as, this is a huge one and women are not going to like this, but you can't eat your emotions for lifelong health. That's never going to be the way to get or maintain health for the rest of your life.
Mm, so true. I don't want to forget to ask you about this because you mentioned earlier about action, not necessarily exercise, but movement.
Yes.
Go into a little detail about that.
Yes, I'm happy to. First off, I will tell you, I have been a runner for 41 years. And also, I was at my heaviest when I was doing the most amount of exercise, which was training for marathons.
Mhm.
When you exercise more, you have to eat more. And I think there's still the fallacy out there like, oh, I have to get in an hour of workout a day. No, you don't. That being said, our bodies are meant to move every day. And I don't want exercise to be a chore for women. I want them to do something they love to do so that they'll do it for the rest of their life. And when I hear people say, I just don't like to work out. Well, you don't have to work out, but do you like to dance? Because you could go on YouTube and type in 15-minute dance workout and you can dance in your house.
Mhm.
You like to walk, you can get, a friend and walk 5 times a week. Do you like to do Zumba, which is a type of dance, or do you like, oh my gosh, 80s old school Taibo? You can do that. But something that like move it or lose it. If you don't move your body, we're all getting older as we reach 60s, 70s, 80s. Your body is not going to feel great unless you move it. So some kind of movement that makes you happy. And I always go back to, what did you like to do as a little girl? Most of us love to run around, ride on our bikes. Roller skating might be dangerous now that we got a little bit older, but you know what I mean.
Oh,
Swimming, I mean, there was usually something that we like to do as little girls. Go back to what brought you joy. And if it brings you joy, it's not a chore. And it'll be easier to fit back into your day or into your week.
okay, well, great. Well, listen, I don't want to lose giving you an opportunity to have people contact you. So you've said some very interesting things on things that I'm sure there are people out there who want to have more information on. So can you tell them how they can contact you?
Absolutely. My email is pam@theperfectbalance.guru. I'm on Facebook at Pam Sherman Perfect Balance Guru, and my Instagram is Perfect Balance Guru. You can message me through Instagram, through Facebook, or email me. And my website is www.theperfectbalance.guru.
Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, you can't see all of Pam's body, but trust me, she's in good physical condition. You want to go to her website, learn everything you can, contact her, find out about her programs that she has to offer because she can help you. And if you're looking to learn how to maybe get your business going, she can help you there too. So, again, thank you, Pam, for being with us, and Pamela Sherman.
Thank you.
We're so thrilled to have you be a part of the program today. Thank you so much. We appreciate you being here. And I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow and having the opportunity to hear your talk again. I remember some of it from 2 weeks ago, and I think this will be just excellent to get you get people out there to find out all the other things that's involved. Uh, Pam is going to be at the California Speakers Showcase. And again, that's going to be at the Marriott, Courtyard by Marriott in Fairfield, California. That's 1350 Holiday Lane. Be there. You don't want to miss it. Besides Pam, there's going to be 9 other speakers. So there's something for everyone. Take this opportunity to come out and hear what they have to say because you'll learn. And I always tell people, it doesn't matter how many conferences you go to, and it doesn't matter how often they may be saying similar things. You always learn something new that you can take away from it. So please come out, hear the speakers. You'll enjoy the program. And if I'm not mistaken, you might even get a little bit of food in the cost of your ticket. So come on out there. So everyone, again, this is Courage to Live Your Dream. We're here weekly, sometimes 2 or 3 times a week on this program. Again, it's Raven International Media Network. And you can find my show listed as Courage to Live Your Dream on both under her title and on Amazon Fire and Roku. And again, on some of the podcast programs like iHeart and Spotify. We'd love to have you become a part of this group. And so just follow us on over. Again, Pam, I really appreciate you being here today. So
Luana, it was great fun. Thank you so much.
you're welcome. And with that, folks, as I always tell people, take care. But I had a friend say, don't use that word. Come up with another one. So I'm working on that. And if you have any suggestions of what I can use in place of take care, I would appreciate it. Thanks and bye. Hi, everyone. This is LaWanna Parker, and I am the host of Courage to Live Your Dream TV and podcast show. And I'm really honored today because we have a very special guest. But before I introduce him, I wanted to tell you that we do have a speaker showcase coming up on August the 31st. That's in Fairfield, California, and it's going to be at the Courtyard Marriott Hotel, which is at 350 Holiday Lane. We hope that you'll come out because we've got 11 fantastic speakers today. And our guest today is one of those fantastic speakers, Mr. Farron Young. Mr. Farron, Mr. Young, whichever would you like to be called?
Yeah, Farron's fine.
Farron, all right. Well, Farron, I understand you're going to be speaking on uh, some of the struggles that hold people back even when they've already gone into business. I'm so glad you're going to talk on that because that is that's a big problem, especially for us newbies. We fight every day trying to keep up what we need in order to have our business going. And so I'm so glad that that's your topic. I want to hear everything that you have to say. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together because, as you know, I love for our guest to have a warm welcome. So give him a really, really big rousing applause. Welcome, Farron Young, and you take it away.
Well, thank you, Luana. So I'm Farron Young with Be Your Best, Serve the One. And that business name came as I was wondering a lot about myself and about other people. And as you're in business, you think I have to work harder, give more, serve more people. And that may be true in some cases. But in others, if your cup isn't full enough to give to other people, then you're just giving and not really giving much value. And especially those with giving personalities, we think, oh, we just have to give more, give more, give more. But if you do and you don't have much to give, then you're slowly going to just burn out. And that passion's going to go away and you really aren't going to serve those people to the fullest potential. So that's what my company's all about, is being your best so that you can serve the one. Another myth is that we think we have to help everyone, but we're not meant to help everyone. We're meant to serve the one, because our message is meant for a certain group of people. It's meant for the right people, because how I share a message can be completely different than how you share a message. So it's all about being your best self so that you can serve your ideal clients and make a difference in their lives. And like Luana mentioned, sometimes when you get started, you have lots of fears and doubts that come up. And I know for me, when I started my business, I was all excited, and then I get started, and all those fears, doubts, weaknesses came up. And I said, I thought I already taken care of these, but they came up with a passion and a vengeance. But I've been able to work through those, and instead of fear, I've been able to have faith and excitement instead. Because as I started my first business, I thought of all the things that I might fail at or why I'm not good at it. But the thing is I didn't have any evidence that I'd be bad at business because I'd never done it before. But I paid attention to other false evidences, and I started to get down. As you pay attention to the things you know and the things you have, and pay attention to the gifts you have, then it helps you know where you're at now. And if you know where you're at now and where you want to go, then you can discover the next step. So don't get too focused on all the things you don't have or you don't know, because that list can go on forever. But focus on the things you do have and do know, because that lets you know where you are. And if you know where you want to go, then you can get to that next step. And the next step in your business can be a big thing. And sometimes we have fears or anxieties about taking that next step. And it can be either someone starting out or someone who already is successful. I talked to someone the other day who was a successful network marketer. And she'd gone high up in the ranks of her company. But she said, you know what? I'm just having a hard time reaching out to people all of a sudden. I'm not sure what's happened. And because those fears and anxieties come, then they can stop us even from following our passion after we've been successful. I was able to work with her and show her and have her gain a new perspective on the events that have happened in her life. So she was able to disconnect those emotions that had been blocking her from wanting to move forward. And now she's excited and contacting people again and making a difference. So I want you to think about your journey in your business, and whether you're starting out and scared and nervous, or whether you've had lots of success, but now you just had something come up where you aren't moving forward as much as before. Because if you can identify that business block, then you can address it and make changes and you can move forward. And I love helping people with those fears and anxieties, because as you overcome those, then you can approach things with faith and confidence again versus fear and doubt. And one way to overcome those is to really look at that event and look at what scares you and really think about the feelings that come up. And then what you can do is imagine the opposite positive feeling that you want to feel. Because if you don't know what you want to feel, then you're just going to go back to the things that you don't want. So as you imagine those positive feelings, then an extra tip to make those feelings sink in and give you that excitement is to express gratitude for already having those feelings now. So that would look like, I'm grateful, I'm confident, excited that I move forward, that I can reach out to people. Because those expressing gratitude now really gets those feelings to sink into our mind and into our heart. As you think about that event, imagine the most successful outcome that could happen. Now this can be tricky because sometimes we limit our own success. So let's just take someone applying for a job, for instance. They may think, I have to get this job. I need this money. The successful outcome is I get this job. The universe might be saying, you don't want this job because the team you're going to work with isn't good for you. There's a better job out there for you. You just have to wait a little longer. And the thing is, we're not meant for every job. We're meant for the right job. And as an employer, we're not meant to hire every employee. We're meant to hire the right employee for us that creates a win-win. That's a good fit. So that can be two different ways of a successful completion. And it can apply to any area of our life. So I had a niece who actually struggled with social anxiety. I talked to her about going on a date. So I had her imagine those feelings. I said, how do you want to feel on that date? She said, confident, excited. And I said, let's look at the successful completion. I want you to imagine that you have a great time, you know what to say, you interact well, and at the end of the date, you say, I think we should move forward in this relationship. So you're given the words to say on how to continue that. That's one successful completion. Now, another way might be you're on a date, you're confident, excited, you know what to say, understand one another. And then at the end of the date, you might think, I am just not feeling this. So then you're given the words to tell the other person that you don't want to continue the relationship. Because that still creates a win-win, because if you were to continue a relationship that you don't want to be in, that's not very beneficial for anyone. So keep that in mind when you're trying to attract clients or talking to clients. I know we all want to help everyone, but when you're with that client, think about, is this a right fit? Is it a good fit? Is this the right person for me and me for them? Does it create a win-win situation? And if not, acknowledge that. Be true to yourself. Because I know that client would rather you say it's not a good fit and you can refer them to someone else or tell them another way you can serve them, than for them to sign up and it just not be right. So remember that we're not meant to serve everyone. We're meant to serve the right one. You also have to be your best to be able to do that. You have to do things that build yourself up. You have to check in with your emotions, your emotional blocks, your business blocks. Because you might have that next step in mind, but you may not be able to get there. And this is just a simple exercise. You imagine those feelings, and then you imagine the successful completion. Then when you think about that event, it takes away all those negative emotions so that you're able to move forward. And as I work with people, I've been able to see, just from the beginning of our meeting, just they feel and look weighted down. And they just can't move forward. But by the end, they're excited and they can see those next steps in their mind now, where before they couldn't see the possibility of having that success. So if you'd like to lead your team with more confidence, if you'd like to identify that business block, if you'd like to attract and serve the ideal client, I'd love to help on that journey and explore ways that we could work together. Now, coming up at the Speaker Showcase, I've got a really amazing offer. I've got a great new program that I'm working on. It is a 7-day business blocker breakthrough, where for 7 days we're going to go through some of the common business blocks, like fear, stress, anxiety, passion fatigue, drama. Now, I just want you to think about your workplace, your business, your team. What would it be like without drama? What would it be like if you could serve your team with confidence? So I'm super excited about that. And like I said, there's a special offer coming up at the Speaker Showcase. To find more out about me and my programs, you can just connect with me on Facebook, just Fair and Young on Facebook, or you can go to my business page, Be Your Best, Serve the One on Facebook. You can watch some videos, get to know me more. And I'm super excited about a speaker showcase coming up on August 31st. There's going to be amazing speakers there. And one thing I'm really excited about is that I'm going to be able to present with my 11-year-old daughter. And this will be, she's an international speaker now, and she's super amazing. And she shares about her story. And she talks about your business story and how you can improve that business story and open your mind up to possibilities so that you can move forward in your business. So I look forward to seeing you there at the Speaker Showcase. And if not, I'd love to connect with you on Facebook. And that's all I have for today. And remember to move forward, be positive, and create success.
Wow, thank you. That is so so helpful. That I'm listening to you and I'm thinking, oh well, I need to talk to this guy. Sometimes there are blocks that get in my way, and it sounds like you may have the answers that I need. So I will be getting in contact with you about that. And first, I just want to let you know this program is part of the Raven International Media Network, and you can find us on Amazon Fire and also on Roku. And we're on a number of podcasts, one of them being iHeart. So if you go to iHeart, just look for Curious to Live Your Dream. Same way with the Amazon Fire and Roku. We're very excited to be part of her network. So go there. There's a lot of shows there. Many people who are joining her network now, and I'm excited that I got to be one of them. So a reminder, the speaker showcase, I will be there. Fair. I'm looking forward to meeting you and your 11-year-old daughter. Wow. An international speaker.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming on today. We really appreciate it. And it sounds like you have the message that so many of us really need. And it's for newbies, there's this fear. You've already stepped out there, but then how to keep going. So we look forward to hearing more about what you have to offer. So thank you again. And I'll
Thank
see
you so
you
much. Yeah.
at Marriott's.